What's up guys? Today's a big day for us because today we're starting on the electrical system. You want to make sure that you get the stranded wire rather than the solid wire. That way you have a little bit more flexibility when putting things in and it's not quite so stiff. The wire's a bit more malleable and has some give to it and it won't break as easy. We're going to start the wiring on the ceiling, tying in all of the LED lights and the 2 max air fans. Now that we have the wires in for the fans, we are going to put tape on the ceiling to determine the light locations, and then we'll run wires to that point. We went ahead and took general estimates of how long the wire would be and added some length to it to cover everything. And then we stuffed it all inside of this little 1/2-inch corrugated tubing just to protect it from getting cut. Sharp little edges like this guy. And that also keeps the wires nice and tidy. Started off by running the supply lines from the switch area up through this channel into the upper channel, where we'll then connect with T connectors and come out to the points where the lights are, and also hook into our fan right here. Show you what that looks like. Once you have the connector on that ties over into the T connector, then we just add a little bit of tape for some added protection. Once the tape's added, you just plug it right in. What I'm doing right now is running all the positive wires, putting a little bit of protection on them, run it back behind this furring, down through here, and we'll have a switch right here. And then we'll have to run the negative wires this way, and that's about where our battery bank will be. Starting to look like a real mess in here with all of the wires. We almost have all of the DC interior wires ran. All we have left is to run the wires for our refrigerator from right here down this wall, up across the ceiling, and then back down over here where our power supply is.
Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while and things probably look a little bit different in here, but we are finally back at the electrical, and right now we are trying to determine which negative wires that we're going to ground and which ones we're actually going to run to the fuse panel. The ones that we're going to ground, we are grounding in these holes through the wheel well that we have prepped. And then the other ones will be going back to the fuse panel.
When we've been doing this electrical, we've been labeling, reconnecting, and then relabeling. It's like so important to do that. It would be so easy to get all of these wires confused and mixed up. We've already have done that, except they were labeled and we still had them confused somehow. So definitely label everything. It will save you a ton of headache, and it may even give you a little bit of a headache, but overall it should help. Jelaine's running all of the wires through our wheel well, and then once she completes that, we'll be able to permanently attach the wheel well, and then we'll be able to attach the bulkhead to that and keep moving forward with things such as the bench seats and the wall panels that will go in the garage area. Thanks so much for watching today's video. It's now time for our tips, tricks, mistakes, and cost.
So the first mistake that we did right off the bat was we ran the wires completely wrong.
And we didn't actually hook them up to a battery or anything to know that they were wrong. I was just playing with a little 9-volt battery in one of our puck lights inside one day, running different like wire combinations to it, and that's how we realized it was wrong. I wasn't like completing the circuit on the wires that we had actually ran inside of the van. So I was like, holy cow, we just ran all of these wires wrong. I thought they all like positive and negative went back to the switch, and that wasn't the case whatsoever. So definitely, if you're not too familiar with electrical, play around with a little puck light and a 9-volt battery. That was super helpful for us. And also like consulting some people that actually knew what they were talking about was really beneficial, because electrical was something we had no idea about whatsoever. And it was really pretty daunting to begin with. So consult with someone who knows, play around with a little puck light, and you should get a pretty decent grasp based off of that.
We ran all of our ground wire all the way. Our intentions were to run it all the way to the switch or all the way back to the battery, and we realized after consulting with people that it didn't have to be that way either. Like, you can ground it, like for your ceiling lights, you can ground them like up in some place that has metal up there, like in the ribs that are on the top of the ceiling. But we actually ran ours because we had already ran all the wire, and we grounded ours to the wheel well. So future tip, it could save you some money, not as much black wire or negative wire, and you can just ground them kind of right where they're at.
Yeah, we were under the impression that you actually had to run all of the negatives back to the DC fuse panel, which that wasn't the case whatsoever. That would have been super helpful, would have saved like, I don't know, probably like 100 feet of wire or more. So it would have cut weight down, wire cost down, and everything.
Time.
Yeah, lots of time. That would have been super helpful. It also would have been helpful because all of our little corrugated tubing that we ran through the channels, they wouldn't have been near as full. So I would definitely recommend grounding things in the closest location possible. It will save you a lot of time, headache, expense. It'll save you all the things.
There's many tools out there. There's many like just individual wire crimpers or wire strippers, but we got a tool that had both of them together, which was very beneficial. We were only keeping up with one tool. We really enjoyed the one tool, so we would definitely highly recommend getting one tool versus multiple tools that you have to keep up with.
We ended up getting a cheaper version of it. You can get super expensive wire strippers online or really at any electrical supply place. But we just got I think ours was like $10 or $15, and it worked fine for us. It wasn't like crazy hard or anything like that. Definitely be nice to have the ones that are a couple $100. They just like, and you're done. But we'll never use them again after this. So we just got a $15 or $20 one from, I think, Lowe's.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. And that worked out great for us.
So the total cost of the wire, the strippers, the DC fuse box, all the little connectors and things, where it was $319.76.
Thanks so much for watching today's video. We're Ben and Jelaine with Nomadic Visuals, and we'll see you guys in the next one.